So now this video discusses about how we can expand the algebraic expressions. So how do you think we can expand the algebraic expressions? Let's say if we have the two numbers, let's say we have 4 and let's say plus 6, like this. So we have the two numbers that are adding, which is 4 plus 6, as you can see. So what is the number that can enter into 4 and 6 without leaving any remainder? So as you can see, the number is given as 2. Hence, if that is the case, then we'll have 2 into 4, that is 2, and a 2 into 6, that is 3, like that. So in this case, what we have, it is given as 2 plus 3. And mind you, a 2 is said to be the common denominator, actually a common factor, which is given as 2. And let's say if we have a number like, let's say 9 and plus, let's say 24. What is the number that can enter into 24 and the 9 without leaving any remainder? So we can have it as, should be 3. 3 into 9, we have it as 3. And 3 into 24, we have it as 8. Hence we can have it as 3 plus, that is actually 8. So in this case, the common factor, it is given as 3. And likewise, let's say if we have something about 15, let's say minus 30. So what is the number that can enter into 15 and 30 without leaving any remainder? So in that case, we have 15 as well. 15, that is 1. 15 into actually 30, that is 2. So in this case, this is the same as 1 minus 2. And of which the common factor, it is given as, there should be 15, like that. Now, let's go back to the first case. Now the first case has been given as, should be 2 plus 3. And the common factor, it is given as 2. You observe that, you have to observe that, having 4 plus 6, it is the same as having 2, which is the common factor, times 2 plus 3, like that. And likewise, having 3 plus 8 should be likewise having, let's say 9 plus 24. This is the same as having 3 times 3 plus, should be 8. It is the same as that. So now the process of, now in this case, if you expand this one, I should say, if you distribute 3 inside, this is the same as having 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. 3 times 24, that is given as, should be 3 times 8, that is given as 24. And the 2 times 2, that is given as 4. And the 2 times 3, that is given as 6. Now the process in which we are actually distributing the common factor into what we have inside, and to have this, that's what we call as the expansion. Should be expanding rather. That is what we call as expanding. Now, which means in all cases, let's say if we have x in the open bracket, m plus n, this is the same as xm, and a plus xn. And likewise, if we have x, m minus n, this is the same as having it as xm minus xn. And also the same principle is applied. If we have x times, let's say 2m minus n divided by, let's say 5. This is the same as having it as, having this case, it is the same as having it as x divided by 1 times, now in this case we'll have it as 2m minus n divided by 5. So in this case, the denominators will have to multiply each other. So in this case, we'll have it as x times 2m minus 5 divided by 1 times 5, which is the same as 5. Then x times 2m, we have it as 2xm. And the x times negative 5, that is negative 5x divided by 5. So that is the principle behind the expanding. Let us see how we can expand the following and appreciate according to the principles behind. How do you think you can have that? Let's say if we can have to, that is expand the following. Let's see how we can expand the following. So expanding it is the same as the removal of the bracket. So removing of the bracket, let's say if we have, that is should be 2 times x minus 5. How do you think you can expand this? So in this case, we'll have to distribute to have 2x minus 10, that is. And how about if we have, let's say, 4 opening bracket 4m and minus, let's say, should be 5n. How do you think you can have this? So in this case, this is the same as having 16m minus 20n. We'll have that. And how about, let's say, if we have 5 open bracket, should be this. We have 5 open bracket c, and should be about plus 4, and that is should be minus 2, and 3c minus 8. So how do you think we can have to simplify this? So in this case, we'll have to distribute 5 all over. That will be given as 5c and plus 20. And then we'll have to distribute negative 2 inside. That will be given as, should be negative 6c, and the negative 2 times negative 8, that is given as the positive 16. Then we'll have to correct the like terms. That will be given as negative 5c minus 6c, that is negative c, and plus 20 plus 6, that is 26. So since these are the unlike terms, we can't add them, we just have to leave them like that. And how about if we have this case? Let's say if we have 3a, and that should be times 2b plus 1, like that, and minus, let's say, 2a open bracket 2x and plus 4. How do you think you can have this? So in this case, we'll have to distribute 3a inside. We have it as 6ab and plus 3a, and we have to distribute negative 2 inside. That will be given as negative 4ax, and the negative, we'll have it as 8a, because negative 2a times positive 4, that will be given as that. And how about if we can have this? Let's say if we have x plus, and there should be 3y, and the times, let's say if we have 9y, and plus, let's say, x minus 6, and times 3. So keep in mind that if we have n, it is the same as having it as nm. If we have, let's say, x plus 2 times m, it is the same as m up to x plus 2 times m. It doesn't matter where this one has been pressed, but much as it is that, it is the same as that. So in this case, we'll have to know that this is the same as having it as 9y times x plus y, like that, plus 3 times x minus 6, should be that. So in this case, we'll have it as 9xy and plus 9y squared, which is plus 3x minus 18. So try to see if you have like terms there, otherwise you just have to leave it in that way. How about if we have, let's say, something like this? How do you think you can have it? Let's say if we have, let's say, 5 negative x, let's say minus, let's say we have 2 here, minus, let's say should be x, we have 2 plus 5x, and let's say times 6. So how do you think you can have this? So as you can see, we have negative and we have positive, and all these are multiplying this. So now this is the same as having it as negative 2 open bracket 5 minus x, and also this is the same as having negative 6x open bracket 2 plus 5x. Then take it from there. So try that. How about, let's say, if we have this, let's say if we can have negative x, and that should be negative x plus 5 should be 2. How do you think we can have that? So that's how you should have to understand about how we can have it there.